Dang, that's bright. Oh, too bright. Bring it down. Let's get ready. Yo, Batman's Dios, how's it going? Hello, hello, thank you for joining. I am just setting up. Crack open some fuel for the nights, not sponsored. Oh. Something about that sting of that carbonation of a really cold Coke, really cold can of Coke that hits like your mouth and throat. It's just, it's incomparable. It doesn't work with the bottle version. It doesn't work with fountain. It's just can only. Actually, you know what? Not sponsored, but Coke. Get at me. Yeah. I'll drink one every video. I don't care. It doesn't work with other sodas. I could be finishing a game of basketball and just completely exhausted. I don't want water. I don't want Gatorade. Like, I could just down a Coke. But yeah. Thank you everyone for joining. It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as promised. Every Thursday, live unboxings. It is called Unboxing Thursdays. I already screwed up the name of my own segment. Congratulations. It's not my first day. It's my second day. Loving this look. I'm going for a full samurai look because I feel by the time I'm like 50 or 60, I want the full grays with everything up. And like, unfortunately, this is still not growing in. I think it's just like that's the way man was created, to just look comically ridiculous for facial hair. Unless you're Mike Wang. Mike Wang, as you know, is beast mode. He has a glorious face of face beard. So, you know, that's just the way the lottery rolls. But you know, you can't have everything. You know, this face. Hopefully, that's good enough. If not, it's gonna, you know, all wither away one day. They say Asians don't raisin, so we'll see what's going on. Today, I will have some cool stuff to unbox. I picked up some stuff this week. As promised earlier in the week, I have a really, really cool guest on the show. It's not even a show. I'm acting like Conan O'Brien or something. Let's see if this works, if I can figure it out. Can't grow a beard if my life depended on it either. Well, once I go back to work, that's it. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
All right, everybody. This is Articulatrix. One of my favorite accounts on Instagram, man.
Thank you.
I just discovered it this year. What you do on your page, you pair like an action figure with their trading card.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
a perfect blend of those two hobbies. I always collected trading cards, but you know, say hi to everyone.
What's going on? Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. Thank you, Kevin. Canada.
Introduce yourself.
Well, I have been collecting trading cards since I was a kid. I grew up in the Philippines, and if you guys know, like in the Philippines, Marvel was huge back in the day. We used to have trading cards a lot. And so I collected trading cards since then, and then 2004-ish, around like Series 6, Toy Biz Series 6, that epic wave, I've been collecting Marvel Legends. So it's been a while. I have my office here that's just full of Marvel crap.
Yeah, I can see some in the background there.
Yeah, I got my X-Men Blue and Gold right there.
Nice.
And I have a whole bunch of other stuff right there. So, yeah.
So, I notice a lot of my Filipino friends are really into like comic books, superheroes, and you mentioned earlier Marvel is really huge in the Philippines. Like, is there a reason behind that?
There actually is. Like, if you look at Philippine history, we've been colonized by Americans for like since 1900, I think.
Okay.
So Americans have been in the Philippines for a while, and like when World War II happened, there were tons of like American bases in the Philippines. So out of all the Southeast Asian countries, Philippines is actually one of the ones that's the most Americanized. And they
Okay.
brought along comic books, like soldiers brought along comic books and all that stuff with them. And ever since then, yeah, like Filipinos have been very into
Okay.
Marvel and stuff. Yeah, so if you look at like Facebook groups and all that stuff, you'll see a lot of like Filipino fans of Marvel Legends
For sure.
comics and stuff. Yeah, yeah,
A lot of Filipino friends I have, like they're all in this. A lot of them are in this community
yeah,
collecting
yeah,
toys, so it's pretty cool. Uh,
yeah.
what's the newest toy that you've got lately? The last toy you got?
Lately, the last the most recent Marvel Legends that I got is the AOA wave. So I completed that,
Right.
completed my Sugarman bath. But the most recent toys that I got actually are Fortnite figures. I just
Oh,
posted
which
one
ones?
of a Tomato Head and what was the other one? Can't remember the name now.
Was it the Cuddle
Yeah.
Bear?
No, not that one. I got that one a while back. I got Tomato Head and see, like I don't play Fortnite, but I love these figures
I
so
don't either.
much. It's the guy that's got the white suit.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah,
With
no,
like the playing
it's
cards theme?
yeah, the guy. Yeah, I can't remember his name for the
I don't
life
know the
of me,
name either.
but yeah,
Like I
he's
don't
a
play.
he's the guy that people have been customizing for Mr. Negative.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 I know
I
that
think
one.
it might be a little too small for it to be honest, but yeah, it's a good body. It's a
I
good
opened a
like
guy
jet.
last week, the
Yeah,
graffiti guy,
yeah, saw that.
and I don't
Yeah,
even know the game.
yeah, they're pretty awesome though. These figures, like
Yeah, I don't.
Jazzwares. I remember Jazzwares was making I think Mortal Kombat figures, and that's the first time I sort of heard of the name Jazzwares. I
Okay.
wasn't a huge fan of those figures, so I'm actually really impressed with how much they've improved.
Batman's Dio says Wild Card is the name of the character.
Ah, that's it. That's it. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
I guess they're all the different suits. I
Yeah.
forgot to mention, you're Canadian. You're from Canada? No, you
Yeah.
moved to Canada.
I moved to Canada. I'm a Canadian citizen, but I live out here in Bangkok. Yeah, I'm
Right.
from Winnipeg. I don't know if anybody's watching
Yeah.
from Winnipeg really, but yeah, I actually live out here in Bangkok. I've been an expat for almost like a decade now, so
Oh wow.
it's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Life's
Do you
good.
do Star Wars?
I do not. Well, I don't collect Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I love the movies, but I just don't want to get into the toys because it's going to be a hole in my pocket again. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you have? What's your next pre-order coming up?
Uh, I'm waiting on the GI Joe Wave One to arrive, and I heard from the way that pre-orders work here in Thailand is there's a couple of like small stores that do pre-orders, so you gotta call them up or you gotta send them a message on Facebook. I recently they posted that the GI Joe stuff is coming in the next 2 weeks or so. So waiting on that.
Cool.
Yeah. You collect GI Joe or anything at all?
No, I'm just gonna cherry pick a few figures from that line.
Yeah, I thought
Snake
it was
Eyes.
too.
Yeah.
But like after watching a whole bunch of videos like Just J Hernandez, for example, just yeah, I'm just impressed with all the stuff Hasbro's been putting out. Like I also collect Power Rangers Lightning Collection now, and
Yep.
yeah. Like my wife says, like as long as you keep all of your collection in like one section of the house, we're good.
That's tough though.
Yeah, you have yours in the basement though, right? Like, are
Yeah,
you?
I'm in the basement right now. It's like a lower basement, so
Okay.
everything. No, actually, no. There's still toys all over the house. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
But you mentioned before that like you get a lot of toys earlier there, right?
yeah. So I don't know. like I think Hasbro gets all their stuff from Hong Kong, or it gets shipped from Hong Kong anyway.
Yeah.
So it comes here in a couple of days. As soon as it releases, it arrives here. Like it's seemingly like a week and a half before it arrives in North America. So as soon as they arrive in Bangkok, like we get messages saying, you know, shipments arrived, make your payment, and we'll ship it to you as soon as possible. Usually they abide by the release dates, but a few times already a number of suppliers have just been sending them.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, for people who are tuning in who actually want to see an unboxing, what I got this week, I'm not going to do it right away while you're still on, but what I got this week is a Star Wars Bantha Power of the Force line from 1998. A friend of mine, Alan, hooked it up. He went out and got it. The box is in really rough shape, as you can see, but the inside, the figure is like, it's still perfect. 3 3/4 inch scale. So I'm going to open that in a little bit. But first, since you're on, and as I told everybody, your Instagram is pairing an action figure with their respective trading cards from the 90s.
Yeah.
I have located... Hold on, let's open this box. Flip this around.
Oh.
All right.
That's your...
All right, here we go. We have assorted Overpower. Anyone play Overpower?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know the actual rules. Sorry, I've played it with these two friends of mine, and I think we just made up our own rules. But there is so many Overpower cards.
That's awesome. I've never actually found anyone else who played it, so I never actually played it with anybody.
All right, here we go. Some of these, my friend Jamie dropped them off. We used to collect them together in like grade 5, grade 6. And then now as we're older, he's like, just like us, right? You know, less space in the house. You got to strip down the collection. So he hooked me up with his cards because he knew, like, you know, I was the one collecting with him back then. So this box says 95 Flair Marvel Annual, 93 Marvel Series.
That's nice.
I'm sure you got all these.
Yeah, I actually recently got a bunch more from, I believe his name is Josh. He runs the Northern Legends Instagram account. I actually bought a bunch of his cards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Pacificador.
That's right, yeah.
Did he ship them out to you?
He's going to, but yeah, he just he's ready to ship them out. I just bought it like 2 days ago.
Yes, sir. He posted them in Northern Legends, like a couple binders worth. And
wow.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here.
That's cool.
I've got a Pog set.
Oh man, that's awesome. I remember Pogs, man.
You're from the GTA. I'm the 1992 Centerpoint Mall Pog champion. So if you want to lose some Pogs, get at me.
That's awesome. What, are those Pogs or are those Slammers?
These are Pogs. These Simpson ones, believe it or not, I would collect these at the little vending machine where you turn with the coins at the these games.
Oh man. Oh, that's awesome.
These are Slammers. Honestly, I don't think anyone's tuning in to look at Pogs because younger kids, they're like, what the heck is going on? But if you go check out Articulatrix's Instagram account, this is the kind of stuff that he's pairing with the new action figures.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great set.
This is Fleer Ultra
Spider-Man. Ultra Spider-Man, yeah.
95.
Yeah, I'm really good.
Dude here. But a lot of this artwork is just what kept me into comics and all these characters over the years.
Right. Yeah. Well, like for me, I didn't have a lot of money to buy a lot of comic books, but these cards were cheap enough that I could buy a whole bunch.
Right.
So like the cards were actually my way of getting to know more Marvel characters than I can actually read from a comic book. So that's how I got to know the Marvel universe, was through these cards.
Yeah, I think I was more into these than comics also.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
But it sucks. I haven't had time to go through some of these sets that I'm missing single cards. And then now we have
That's a great set right there.
95 Fleer Ultra
X-Men.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy has to be coming next, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
he
have
needs to.
you have that Wolverine buck in every possible costume.
You're right.
You could just
They
use
might need
this.
to, yeah, they might need to retool a bunch though. I don't know if you'll probably need like a new arm and stuff
New arm, new
for that
face.
one.
Well, they swap
New
out
face.
that no arm Wolverine Logan
That's
and put
true.
that on. And yeah, some of these are classic. The Cyber would be
Yeah,
cool. Marvel Legends
definitely
4.
need that one. Yeah.
Classic Domino.
Yep.
What am I missing here? I mean, look at these guys. Trevor Fitzroy.
Yeah, so this came out in 95 and back then like X-Men was huge.
Yep.
We were having like um a bunch of crossovers left and right, like Executioner's Song. I don't think
Yeah.
Age of Apocalypse was then, but like Extinction Agenda. I think that was the one where Wolverine's adamantium was ripped out of him by Magneto. Yeah,
So you're
Maverick.
ready, right? When he comes out?
Yeah, yeah, waiting for that one for sure.
Yeah, he's a long time coming.
Yeah,
And like, look at the artwork on some of these.
Phalanx.
These are timeless.
Yeah, they are. They're really good.
You have the tentacles going through the name card there.
Yeah,
Nimrod's coming too.
yep.
Let's just put a sticky note for all these.
Oh, I should do that. Red and Slim.
Sentinel, ooh. And I think this one was one of my favorites back then.
Yeah, that one's good. I think that's what they used as the cover. Like you can buy binders or a binder cover for your card sets, and I think that Wolverine one is the one that's most popular, the one I've seen the most.
Oh, here you go. When he gets the adamantium ripped out, Fatal Attractions.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, Fatal Attractions. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But I mean, a lot of these stories, like they're captured so well in these cards.
They are. Yeah, now you got Spider-Man 95, I think.
I think this is the same one.
They,
Yeah, it's the
they
same
even
one.
got a, what's that?
I think it's a duplicate set.
Okay.
That's how many we had. Anyway, there's a lot more in here that, oh, Marvel medals.
Oh, those are crazy. 95 Marvel Metal.
Those are
It
extras.
was like digital coloring at its infancy, those Marvel Metal. So if you look at them now, they're just ridiculous and they're just not very good. But there's a couple that's
Oil
yeah,
cards.
That one's really good.
Oh, here we go. Age of Apocalypse, Jean Grey.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, so I figured since you were going to be on, I had to have this box ready. There's another binder in there. There is
That's awesome.
another box there. Overpower cards, I think mostly.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And they're not expensive either. Just take a look on eBay and you'll find good deals here and there for like base
It's
sets.
just the process of going through. I have loose cards at other places too.
Yeah.
So then I got to complete the sets and see which ones I need, and it's a whole endeavor.
Right.
That is what I wanted to show you.
That's awesome.
Now that I think I'm going to open some toys. I don't know if you want to stick around if you have some free time. These are the slammers, by the way. Look at this bad boy right here. I don't know if that's legal, but it smells like bubble gum. And then there's these metal ones. And I think his connection is loading or hanging. but I'll give it a second. And whet my whistle. You still there, buddy? All right. Let me fix my shirt. Got my MHR V2 mutant hunting robot. What's good? What's good? He is gone. Message me if you want back in, or if you want to just watch me open toys for a little bit. That's good too. Otherwise, yo, thank you for coming to chat. Oh, here we go.
Hey, sorry about that. Yeah. I don't know what
It's all
happened
good.
there. It just kind of froze and I got disconnected or something.
International calls, that's all good. So yeah, I'm just gonna open this toy up. If you want to hang around for a bit.
Yeah, sorry. All right, I think we're good.
Can you audio good? Mic check, mic check.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
Cool. All right, let's see what's good. I'm just gonna get started. We have the Kenner Bantha and Tusken Raider, 1998, Power of the Force. My friend Jason told me that it's actually Power of the Force 2. I don't know what that means. He told me POTF2. I told him IDG. 3 3/4-inch Tusken Raider. That's French. That's Spanish. And you have this actual fur bantha in the background. So that is the main reason that I got this. I think the texture would look really good in pictures as opposed to like a plastic single kind of plane when you're taking a photograph. So Alan on Facebook picked this up for me. Drove like 2 hours. He grabbed a bunch of stuff and he dropped this off for me too. So really nice dude. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to get this. This box is a disaster. Looks kind of like my toy room. But inside, look at that. It is still, the box is caved in a bit. This hasn't moved. Everything inside looks really good. It's got a million zip ties at the bottom. Oh man, I should have done these first. I'm so sorry. Now you're gonna have to watch me do this. Does anyone here have daughters, like young daughters, like 3, 4, 6 years old? And if you do, and if they're into Disney, like princesses, and you buy Disney princess dolls and stuff, there's like 20 of these in the back of the packaging. So it's like you got the doll and it's just snapped in there. I don't know why. There's like so many ties. It's frustrating as heck as a parent because you got a kid going, I want my toy now. Can I please have Ariel? Can I please have Belle? Please, I can't wait. I love my daughter to death, but like there's so much. I don't get it. There are even ones, I don't know if you know those little plastic ones that are like kind of like the letter I. It kind of feeds through, and the ends keep it from being pulled out. So they have one of those in the back. One end is in the character's head, and it's like embedded in her hair. I think Barbies too sometimes. So you got to get nippers and get right up to the scalp of the doll and clip it. And if you don't, there's like a little plastic protuberance sticking out. How much theft is there for a $7 doll that you need to do this? I don't get it. Meanwhile, Hasbro is making Marvel Legends with like a rotating door of packaging where you could just snatch it up and replace it with anything. I saw a picture on Facebook today, one of the Marvel Legends groups. It's a fresh case of the Age of Apocalypse wave. And someone just took a box cutter from the top, cut the top of the Marvel Legends box, removed the figure, and they were all still facing up in the shipper box. So where are your priorities? Look at the size of this thing. Where's MC? I'm waiting for him to say phrasing. If I remember trying to open this Tangled doll the Tangled doll. This isn't even strong enough. Alright, that should be good. Here we go. Opening one of these things from what's 98? 20 years ago? 20-ish years ago? When I open something this old, it's like, oh, perfect, MC just joined. Hey, buddy. How'd you know I mentioned your name? Anyway, opening something like this from 20 years ago is like a time capsule. You get a little bit of the past, and it's kind of like how people played toys. That's how I played toys back then. There's actually another piece here. So whoever did this at Kenner, you can go to hell. It's right here. Like defusing a bomb. There we go. Hey, Elise. Yes, I still do Borat voice. Who Tuscan on a Bantha? What do you mean, who's? It's mine. I'm opening it. What kind of question is this? I recently found out that MC is big on Star Wars. Why didn't I know this before about you? We could have been really, really good friends. It's too late now. Alright, so the goal of this dude, of this Bantha, at this scale would be I'd have to use some forced perspective with a Black Series Tusken Raider 6-inch scale. So those, because I have a bunch of those, they were on Amazon for like $15 a couple of Decembers ago, 2-3 Decembers ago. So they're $10 or $14, and I grabbed a couple. And this, I saw this at a show one time. I think I saw it in a picture, or I don't remember. And it just stood out. It really stood out to me. So I'm gonna have to buy some sand somewhere, or go to a playground because nobody's in playgrounds right now, and have this more or less in the background with some Tusken Raiders in the front. What do you guys think? What would the Tusken Raiders be doing? I've gotten lazy to do this, but a lot of people save these to make Spider-Man webbing. So if anyone wants these, hit me up. I'll save them for you. No, I'm not going to save those. Alright, so Bantha. Here is his face. There are eyes here. His mouth. Got a nice, he's got much better beard and facial hair than I do. The Tusken Raider is held on top right now by yet another twist tie. Cloth on the back, cloth on the front of his crotch. The rest of it is plastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish POA. Obi-Wan chasing the Bantha away for a photo. Yeah, that could work. When he's doing the ghost thing. Woo! Whatever the sound he was. This is plastic up here. So is this little bag. There's a little strap that goes underneath. A saddle is what they would call it. Oh, the feet, the legs are articulated. So that's cool. So I can get some real running action poses on this thing. Toys and muscles. What's going on? Can't wait to see this. Well, I mean, it takes me a while to set up one shot. But I have been waiting for this for a while, so it'd be pretty cool. I could have this in the background with some stormtroopers, maybe combing the desert. But I'd rather get the Black Series dewback for that. And I'm still looking for one. I'm still waiting for... I got to find the dewback for cheap. Yeah, Alan. Thank you, buddy. This is great. Do these move? Horns? No. A lot of people think that, you know, the Mandalorian symbol is like a bantha skull. I don't think it's a bantha skull. MC's going to look this up. He's going to look this up in the Wikipedia. It's the skull of some animal that Mandalorians used to hunt back in the day. That's what I have glanced on the internet. But yeah, this is not the Mandalorian logo that hangs over the, you know, if you watch The Mandalorian, it hangs over the entrance of the Mandalorian, the Coven, where they're hiding down in the basement in the sewers. Speaking of which, I do have my Mandalorian set up right here. A mythosaur. Yes, sir. Thank you, Austin. When you run out of names, what kind of myth can it be? So I'm seriously lacking in sci-fi themed backdrops or dioramas. I've got props for days, but I don't know what I would put behind this. So these are relatively show accurate from the Mandalorian TV show. In the scene where he goes and rescues the child from that Camino scientist, and the scientist falls down, he's like, "Don't shoot me! I was the only one trying to save him." I don't think he actually has that accent. I think he just speaks regular English. But yeah, these are 3D printed. They're about yay high. And they're like a good background piece. I'm gonna weather up some of these, and they'll just bring together a background if I don't have a full diorama. The hashtag no dio no problem. So I'm gonna fill up the background with some of those. I've got some of these crates that can be seen in that same episode as well, in the Imperial kind of hangout bunker that they have. So you can weather those up. These are also show accurate. And like, they're just good props to have. You can put them in the foreground, right? Even something simple like this, as opposed to a figure standing in front of a crate. You can just put one in front of the camera here, partially blocking something, add a little depth to your shot, or even hide some stands if you need anything. If you have any figures that require a stand, you can hide them so they're not as noticeable. Or you can put them behind a character. So it kind of looks like he's got his back. Can I get closer? Does it zoom? This does not zoom. Well, yeah, you get the idea. All right, that's going to go back there. And of course, I have the Stairway Diorama in the background is actually by McFarlane. Was that Wave McFarlane? It's from The Matrix. It's called the Chateau Set from The Matrix. Chateau is French for a chateau. I don't know. But yes, it's a really cool set. Some weapons go in here, and then there's a statue here, and it's supposed to be an action scene where somebody crashes in, and all the pieces from this statue that's on this railing kind of smashes up and blows up and falls apart. And what I didn't know was that each of those pieces are held in by like a clear plastic peg. But if you took it all apart, took off the clear plastic pegs, you can glue it together and make like a full statue all together, which is amazing. Like, it looks better already. It's from the fight scene from Matrix Reloaded. There you go. I actually picked this up from Kijiji like a year or two ago downtown. I had just left a toy jam with Jack, and I think I have a serious problem where I'm like, oh, I'm done the toy meetup. I didn't buy enough. I'm gonna go hit up the classifieds and see what's good. So that was a pickup on the way home. I do that a lot when I go to the Mississauga toy show at DK, and then it's like, ooh, what can we check on Kijiji that's along the 401 on the way home? Like, it's just insatiable toy appetite. You can call it an addiction. But yeah, it looks cool. You would get like a zoom lens or something that can get in closer, because you can see it's not very wide. It's not very tall. So you'd have to get, or you can build it out. You'd have to get a floor or something that you can extend it out and get more depth in your shots. Otherwise, you got them like right here. You might have someone on the stairs and then have a camera right here and zoom it in, crop it in up tight. But yeah, that's cool if I want to do like a X-Mansion scene, maybe a little Wayne Manor action. Back to the Mandalorian. I don't have the child. It's hard to just smoothly say the child in the middle of a sentence. It just doesn't flow. I haven't received my the child yet. Like, that doesn't make sense. Just go with Baby Yoda. Yoju. It's like me trying to slow down and say pho in the middle of a sentence. Hey, would you like to go get pho for lunch? Or if I say it smoothly, it'd be like, hey, do you want to go get pho? And they're like, you're saying it wrong. But yes, back on topic. 3D printed the child. He's in his pram here. You see he's sitting up, but he's not really to scale. He's a little bit big. The Black Series one is much smaller, I think. I did not pre-order that one because I thought it would just be available everywhere, and like, I didn't know how I felt paying, was it 10, 11 Canadian dollars for that little plastic. It's cool that the accessories come with that clear plastic case, but I will be grabbing one eventually. I'll probably get it from Northman Collectibles. He's got his Hasbro stuff coming in soon. He's got my Age of Apocalypse wave coming in soon, I think. I don't remember if that was a secret. Anyway, I'll be happy to get that soon. If you watched earlier, I have some of the AOA trading cards. So I'm not going to bite Articulatrix and do the exact same shots in my post. Maybe I'll just put it in my stories. Are you going to make any floating cradles? See, the thing with my printer is that this is a clear plastic filament. But the way that the printer works is as it travels, left, right, up, down, you'll see the lines. So it's not a clear, perfectly clear stand. It's translucent and light gets through, but you definitely have you definitely can see it. You need like a resin printer, that prints clear resin, or maybe somebody who does acrylic work. I don't know how acrylic is manufactured or made or processed. And there's some cool detail in here. But I guess this kind of goes back to what I'm saying before. Can kind of finesse this. Just get a lower angle. There we go. Props. Foreground. And I had, what's her name here too? Cara Dune. I have her on a peg stand. She doesn't fall over as much as IG-11. That guy's terrible. But I don't know if it's worth getting a SHF for him. SHF or Mafex Beskar Armor. Jeez, that one I've been debating for a while. I don't know if they've confirmed all the accessories that come with the Mafex yet. But Mafex has the Whistling Birds, but SHF has the jetpacks and the better flame accessory, I think. And the Whistling Birds is a really cool effect. Like, actually, what the heck? Yo, you can just make little missiles and then put them at the end of this. This looks like the Whistling Birds effect. Yeah, it's just like you can just make a bunch of the little flight path of the birds. That's just what this looked like in the background. So you have little bullets or little rocket props. Stick them at the end of those twist ties. And you can kind of finesse that too for a shot. But other than that, SHF has a child figure separate. That's, I don't know. I talked myself out of SHF. I talked myself out of the SHF because I was planning on getting the Hot Toys anyway. They're doing one, but it hasn't been officially announced yet. But yeah, I'm getting the Hot Toys Mandalorian with the child, the deluxe one. So that's when I talked myself out of the SHF. And then the Mafex one got announced, and I'm like, okay, now I need one, but which one do I buy? So I talked myself back into that. I don't even know why. Like, this guy is pretty good. You cannot see it. This guy is pretty good. My only beef with him is his rifle. First of all, they put this peg on the right side. So if he's holding it for a shot, and you're taking a picture from this side of him, like you get the peg in the picture. That's really ugly. So you got to have him holding this but shooting this way. It's not a big deal, but it limits half your options. Secondly, this peg is impossible to get into his back here. I'm supposed to fit it through the strap and the little hole part. This is too big. So I don't know. And then once you get it on, the cape kind of moves around. If you want to move the cape, then it knocks off the rifle. So maybe they could have done an accessory which is like a half thing that fits underneath, but you can still see the butt. But it's still like, it's a really cool weapon, the way he just evaporates people with it. But he uses this a lot more in some of the action sequence inside the Imperial bunker. When he rescues the child. But it's still good. Black Series, someone said Black Series best car. I think they are doing cut down so less uglier and fits better. Yeah, I have this sickness where like I don't like cutting or modding my toys. I don't know what it is. It's like I can't go back. So a lot of my toys I just live with the imperfections, but I do appreciate people who have the talents and the skill that do that. But yes, best car, Black Series. I don't remember if they confirmed it yet, but I mean, it makes sense they would do it. It'd be crazy if they didn't. Oh, that was the other thing with SHF and Mafex. It didn't have the shoulder pad of the Mudhorn. One of them didn't have it, which I think is important. Coke. Original taste. Is that the Coke tagline? Anyway. Signet. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's a Signet. It's a Signet for sure. But Cara Dune is good. She got the rifle. Let's see. I gotta step around all the boxes that I didn't clean up from last week's little hangout. But I do have my Mandalorian set up here. IG. The heavy armor, aka Heavy Mando, whereas the regular Mando is the light Mando, apparently. I'm just kidding. A Jango Fett in the back. I don't have any Boba Fett's. Oh, and I have some Beskar here. Beskar plates. What's up? Stacks on stacks. I don't have any Boba Fett's. I had the original Black Series Wave 2 Boba Fett and the white Walgreens exclusive prototype Fett. This is the way. But I sold those. Then I never got into... I didn't get the reissue of the archive. But I think there's more versions on the way. There's a carbonized version on the way. And probably another one too. Like, now that it's announced he's going to be in Mandalorian Season 2, that's going to be huge. And I've never been a huge Boba Fett fan. All these years, he's like, there's such a huge following, and he's such a badass and this and that. But you got, if you're going strictly based on the movies, which was what I was going off of, like, he wasn't that great. Were people just into the books? Like, was he just a badass in those books that are now legends or non-canon? But Mandalorian Season 2, they're gonna redeem. Well, he can't redeem him if he didn't do anything bad. He just wasn't good. They'll give him a good story, especially if they got the clone guy. And I think Kid Boba in the Clone Wars wasn't that interesting either. He was kind of annoying. But when new figures come out, Boba Fett, yeah, to me, it was overrated. People liked him for whatever reason. You know, all the power to you. But is it Fett or someone wearing the armor? Who knows? I wish I knew. I wish I was working on the show. That would be cool. I wish I was on the show. They need more Asians than Donnie Yen and Rose. Boba was a cartoon segment in the Christmas special. Yeah, that was his first appearance, right? Even more of a badass, I think, was Darth Maul. He had obviously more screen time. But then Clone Wars and Rebels have really fleshed out his character. Like, you know, he's kind of wasted. He's just this badass Sith in one movie that got split in half. And then they just wrote his backstory and wrote his behind-the-scenes stuff just so much better. And I think Clone Wars did a really good... Like, the robot legs was already cool as it is. T-shirt idea. Mashup of Boba Fett and Boba Tea. Get it? Boba. My cousin's kid from the station is like, don't call it bubble tea, it's a boba. Like, I'm not a kid like you. No, they have Rex more. Yeah, Rex is awesome too. He's been a really good character, and they've had it like old fat Rex in Rebels, and then they have current Rex, which is just badass. Those last episodes of Clone Wars. Articulatrix has his website, and he sells shirts of his own design. Dude, please post it up in the comments. I think you can pin it, and I'll pin it. And what I believe he told me was they're shirts that kind of highlight but just illustrate his life in Canada, like as a Filipino Canadian or Filipino living in Canada. I believe his phrasing was. But they're pretty cool shirts, and definitely check them out if that fits your demographic, or if you have a friend who would like something like that. Uh, yeah, that's really cool stuff. Oh, Richard just joined. Richard is a huge Boba Fett fan, I think. No, he is. He collects everything. Like he has everything Boba Fett. Boba. Ricardo, please, if you can type in the comments what is so cool, what you like about Boba Fett. And that's definitely all for you. Oh, toy-wise, I didn't get that much else this week. I was going to wait for... I have something that I'm going to open with Sean for next week, or for the next time, if he gets on. We're going to talk more about some of the shirts while we open some toys. We have a pre-order there's a pre-order on taxhf.ca for a Legends Never Die t-shirt. So if you're a big Marvel Legends collector, get on it. Pre-orders close on March 31st. There we go. Articulatrix. How do I pin this comment? Hey, there you go. Pin this comment. So please, check out his page. If you saw him earlier, really cool dude. Really nice guy. And we just talk. And he's got really unique stuff on it. I don't know how I just discovered it, but I feel like you've been doing this a while, and I just figured it out. Oh, what else is there to open? How much time I got left on this? I mean, there's always something to open. Well, all this talk about Obi-Wan and Star Wars. I don't know if you know, Obi-Wan's my favorite character. I don't know what it is. I think Ewan McGregor just really did that character really well in the prequels. Probably the best thing about the prequels. Johnny seems to think that I have a crush on Ewan McGregor. And that's a lie. I have a crush on Obi-Wan. This is the Sideshow 1/6 scale Mythos Obi-Wan Kenobi. Originally, there was a Mythos statue, and that is like a few $1,000s. I remember seeing it at Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. I think it was 5 years ago. And it's gorgeous. And it's cool because this is Obi-Wan after he's gone into exile. He's on Tatooine, and you can see he's got... Why do I keep showing stuff on the box? I can just open it. Amateur hour. But it's Obi-Wan when he's in exile on Tatooine. He's got all of his keepsakes, mementos. Obviously, he has Anakin's lightsaber that he gives to Luke later on to... Yeah, he looks down the barrel of it so he can poke his eye out. So, not only is it a cool segment and a cool timeline from Obi-Wan, because you haven't heard much about it, but, you know, hopefully that Disney Plus... Was it a series? Miniseries? Disney Plus miniseries ends up being made. I think they said they pushed it back because the story was too similar to The Mandalorian, which is like some guy protecting a future Jedi. Is that the case? But this Obi-Wan has like all the keepsakes. I think he has Qui-Gon's lightsaber. He has parts of his clone armor. He's got like a portable... What are those things called? Moisture evaporator? Evaporator? What do they want on Tatooine? They want moisture. I don't know. Alright, so accessories, I'm going to put him right here. We have his base. Lightsaber blade. And 1, 2, 3, 4 lightsaber? No. I can never recognize lightsabers just by the look. So if I get it wrong, roast me, because I should know it. What is this? Is this Obi-Wan's lightsaber? And this is Anakin's lightsaber? And then I think by process of elimination, this is Qui-Gon's lightsaber. And then if you haven't seen the end of Rebels, when Obi-Wan meets Darth Maul again, like, that was really cool. Goggles. Extra pair of gloved hands. We have these binoculars. The light's too hot. But that's dope. Wow, this guy's so cool. Oh, he has a Tusken Raider rifle, which is awesome. Guess he's learned the ways of the Tusken. And the head sculpt, I think they kind of try to blend it between Ewan McGregor and Alec Guinness. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ewan McGregor aged really poorly in 15 years on that desert. But yo, the hot sun and the sand, unless you moisturize, you're definitely going to age that quickly. Sideshow, no eyeball movement. I think those are for the really fancy Hot Toys only. See, I haven't even touched this thing yet. He's still got his plastic sleeves on, one plastic shoe thing. And, ooh. This is the rifle. Really cool there. Got a little spring. And this is the backpack piece. They need a black series of Obi-Wan in his clone armor from the Clone Wars. So you see here the Jedi symbol, clone armor, the moisture thingy. There's actual twine here, tying it together to his pack. You got a roll here, blankets. Oh wait, this is called the Gaffy stick, I think. That's from the Tuskens. I don't know what that long one is from. There's a whole breakdown on the box. Rope with a hook at the end. What do you know? I got rope. Oh, this armor piece kind of moves a little bit. So cool. Holster, I think you can put the rifle through here. Pouches. A couple of pouches hanging. And I believe you can just... There's little hooks on the lightsabers, and you can kind of dangle them along the pack somewhere. So he's just got like these memories from the past to bring with him. He's bringing them along on his journey, on his exile, but at the same time watching out for Luke, which I think it's so cool. It's all this history in his pack. But like, when did he have time to go back to grab Anakin's lightsaber after Yoda's like, go into hiding, we must? Maybe MC can chime in if he's read the novelization of the book. That's my new resource. The homie MC. 3 more hands in there. Pew! And that is pretty much it. 16 seconds left. Thank you very much, Articulatrix, for coming on and talking about toys. Do I collect Mezcos? I absolutely do. I can open some next week. I have a really good one that I haven't opened. It's a Batman. Thank you for watching. I'll see you every Thursday because I have